My name is April Taylor. What inspired me to, some kids, they may not. What I do professionally is I coach entrepreneurs. I show people how to take their business, their life to the next level. If I can expand on that, because people see me maybe as I am right now, but that was always my goal. That was my goal 20 years ago. I remember having a women's mentor program in a church in Germantown in Philadelphia. I remember having a program where I taught young girls how to go to restaurants, how to eat with the right fork. Now, I forget how to do all that, but I wanted always to give back, coach people to the next level. What inspired me to start Junior Moguls? Well, I have to say I've always had a passion and commitment to children. A lot of people don't know this, but my parents had a Christian day school for over 45 years in the heart of Philadelphia. So I grew up around children. I knew that children were important and they were to be heard, and we had to give back to children. Then I had my own children. I was married when I had them, ended up being a single mom though. And as a single mom, I'm married now, but as a single mom, it was important for me to make sure my kids had all that I could give them so that they can have the tools they needed to be successful. That was very important to me. Always wanted them to be better than me. Always wanted them to be happier than me, be more successful, more independent than me. So it started with my two kids. I gave them everything that I could, and not just financial support. A lot of people say when you say that, oh, I've given my children this. No, but giving them support, showing them that confidence matters, hearing them and instilling in them that entrepreneurship was important. It was just not about getting good grades. So I was able to, raise my two kids, and not just to be entrepreneurs, but to be happy, well-rounded kids. And that was very, very important to me. They're very successful, both of them in their own right. My daughter is a six-figure earner. That means she makes six figures in a year. My son is a seven-figure earner. And, so true entrepreneurs. So I'm like, wait a minute. I was able to do this. A lot of people, that talk about kids, their kids are little. So I have big kids, okay? It encouraged me to give what I gave them to other people. People don't know what it takes, and I'm not going to say they don't know. People don't have the tools and the support to create or to have or to raise children that are well-rounded, children that are successful. So that's what led me to create Junior Moguls, giving back what I already put in or already did. Wow, what was my experience like raising or having moguls as kids? It's the most rewarding feeling, one of the most rewarding feelings that you can ever have as a parent. Like I said, my goal was for my kids to be better than me, to be more well-rounded, to be funnier, to laugh more than me, to dance more than me, travel more than me, and I think they have. I can't even tell you how many countries my son has been to, but I think they've done it, and it is one of the greatest gifts outside of, introducing them to Jesus Christ. It is one of the greatest gifts, the most fulfilling things that you can have as a parent, in my opinion, to know that your kids are okay, to know that they are thinkers, to know that they know how to create, to know that if they get knocked down, they can get back up. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. And I can't speak for other parents, but I know for me, that was important. So I have to go back. My coaching started when I was young. I watched my grandmother run her businesses. She had personal care homes. So I watched her care for people, but I watched her turn her care into a business. I saw my grandmother, and this might not be significant for other people, but I always saw large amounts of money, always. I saw my grandmother, counting large amounts of money. So it wasn't a big deal. So I was coached from a very young age. I always heard from my mom, she said, ask anybody anything. The only thing that they can tell you is no. So imagine hearing that as a young child. I was very confident. as a child. So I was coached. They were my biggest coaches. And the environment that they created for me, that was my biggest coaching environment and my biggest coaching experience. So what was my winning mindset? And mindset is everything. I'm so big on mindset. I believe that in order to win, you got to believe that you can win. I believe that you got to see yourself there before you even get there. Every place that I've been, I've seen myself there first. Literally, like when I say literally, I've seen myself on a stage in front of thousands of people, speaking in front of them, but I saw it 20 years before. And I've seen that at several points in my life. I saw myself on a commercial on television. Now, I didn't know how I was going to get there. I didn't know, but that came to pass. I saw myself writing a book. That came to pass. So you gotta see yourself where you are going. And visualization. People don't know the power of visualization. They don't know. So you got to visualize it, and then you got to put the work in. And one of the other winning mindset characteristics is when you get knocked down, you get right back up. Okay, my pivot game is everything. Okay, I have many weaknesses, but one of my strengths is my pivot game. You can do whatever or think whatever, but guess what? I'm gonna get knocked down, and maybe I probably won't even go all the way down. Probably got one arm like braced or something, right? But I'm gonna get back up, and I'm gonna do that thing, and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna make it work. And then you gotta work your goals every single day. People take too much time off. I'll start it in 48 hours. I'll start it in 3 days. I'll start it in 7 days. No, start right now. Start right now. Do something every day. And I'm not just talking to people that got, entrepreneurs. People say, oh, I have a job. I can't do, I can't build this for myself. You can have a job. I didn't always start off. I had a job at one point, but guess what? That job was not more important than my dreams. It was not more important than my goals. So do something every day to achieve your dreams and your goals. I don't know which one came first, okay? But I had a paper out. Me and my brother, we had a paper route. And you have the paper, the newspaper, but you're really in business for yourself. You're delivering the papers, and my parents had to drive me, and we did the papers, and we had to collect the money. But then I had a water ice stand too. So I don't remember which one came first. The water ice stand, and we would do the water ice stand right out front of the daycare, the day school. So I was young. I was young, and I don't know if it may have even started before then. I'm sure I could, if I really go back into my memory data. But I remember having a paper route, and I remember having a water ice stand, and that was so powerful to me to be able to do something and then collect money. To be able to do something and then collect money. Again, I'm in this environment. Now I'm doing what I saw, but I'm doing it for myself. The day in the life of April Taylor. I don't run an 8-hour shift. I have 4 parts to my day, 4 parts, okay? I got the 6 to 12, and then I got the 12 to 5, and then I got the 5 to 10, and then I got the 10 p.m. until. Okay, so I literally have 5 shifts, and those around me, they'll hear me talk, oh, nope, I'm going to go to the 4th shift. I'm going to go to the 5th shift. So I wake up early. I wake up about 6:30 in the morning. Sometimes, depending on the day, I might be on a prayer call. I get up every morning, and I drive 5 minutes to take my jewelry girl to school. Now, she could walk to the bus. Nope. No. I want her to see the value of somebody that's had their own schedule. I can do this every day if I choose because I have my own schedule. I'm an entrepreneur. So I've been doing that since she was in kindergarten. She's now about to turn 14. So I drive her to school. Typically, I start my day from there. Drop her off, and then I'll go to the office, drop her off, I'll go to the track, and then go to the office, and then I'm starting my day. I'm on calls. Now, the day before, I've checked my schedule, so I can hit the ground running in the morning. Then I'm running calls, I'm talking to teammates, I'm planning, I'm doing content, I'm making it do what it does. And then, second shift could look like me talking to a client, me talking to the team. Then, okay, my husband, I gotta spend some time with him in the afternoon, so we do a check-in in the afternoon. And basically all day is generally talking to my team, talking to the people that I know that I can help, planning, and then executing. And then it's starting all over again. So I'm in a very creative phase right now where I'm creating. So creating means that you got to plan, you got to write down, and you got to execute. what that means to me and what that feels like, me helping somebody else reach their goal, is everything. That's what life is. It's about who can you help? And that's how you gauge success, in my opinion, as it relates to how many people you help. And I've always told my team, it's not about me going through the door, it's about us going together. Now, I'm very honest with them. Somebody might gotta go first, okay? Everybody can't fit through one door at the same time. So somebody has to go first. But just because somebody goes first does not mean that everybody can't go through. And that means the world to me, because I can see growth. I can know that what I'm doing, it matters. And everybody has to do something that matters. That's, to me, one of the cheat codes of life, is to make sure what you're doing matters and that you're helping somebody else. Nothing is greater than that. Putting my heart, and I can't always let them see me smile, because they be like, they think they can kind of slow up a little bit. But they know when I'm happy. And growth, their growth and their growing, them achieving their goals, that makes me extremely, extremely, extremely happy.